I welcome you. Hello and
Hello.
welcome to the first recording of the Faerun Expanse.
Prologue,
For those
episode
of
1.
you, right? Prologue episode one. Thank you, Dirt. Thank you, Bender. Um, I'm I'm Durgon Flurgon, your DM, your host of the many mysteries that will become inevitable. Uh, for now, I have Bender with me.
Hello.
We will get into his character in a moment. Uh, First, I must shake the jitters out. And thank you for being here, for willing to
But
sit through this.
I was sitting in a Discord channel by myself, and he's like, "Hey, you wanna help me start this off?" I'm like, "Sure, let's do
Good
it."
way to start. So, we start off on the continent of Zace. Not the continent, the planet of Zace. Planet of Zace has been on this realm for many, many years at this point, and only just now life has sprung. Due to the will of the gods, they have created many different races that spread across time, some lost, some still going. But over time, the different races banded together and created their own union against the gods, and there was a slight brutal war, a spell mishap, and would later lead into the gods deciding to walk amongst man. There was an agreement that in order to keep peace, godhood will remain within the hands of man until they decide that it is no longer suited for such people. The gods fell from their thrones and entered the lands of Zace. And upon hitting Zace, many were slaughtered. Many were strewn across the lands. Some may well be met in Faerun, where our story begins. Others ran across the seas to Eberron, which is a very key factor within our story, as they progressed within time, not thanking the gods and praising their ways, but instead of finding new ways to overcome problems without pure magic help. And eventually, their intuition, their ingenuity, and aptitude for creationism brought them to the lands of Faerun via airship and brought a new land of innovation to Faerun. And it would be now known as the Expanse of Faerun, as for more knowledge was spread to the lands. They were no longer harboring the secrets that they held on to due to their god worthiness and other sorts of small things that they argued. We come down to the depths of Darkhold, a manor controlled by drow, deep within the underground. They do have a surface manor, all pearled and black, and it extends downward into the depths, where we find a kobold, a house servant. Uh, Bender's character, if you will, clad in black, clothing, getting ready to have things served onto a platter. Bender, if you have any specific details about your kobold, please do share them.
Nothing really typical black cobalt. No. Actually,
No, dual eye color. No,
it's been so long since I've
phenotypical
looked
kobold.
as. It's been so long since I've looked at the details. Black cobalt, amethyst eyes, about a little bit on the taller side of for a kobold for about 3 feet. Super super light. Around his 30s for a kobold, whatever that age would be.
Uh,
Once we fully catch up to the campaign, I should say. So by now he'd probably be
well, yeah, I was gonna say
early,
like that should
early,
be your final
late,
age.
early 20s, late 10s. I'd say
Yeah,
probably.
so yeah, all right, that's good. So, yeah, no, that's a good age. Anyway,
Trial run.
close enough.
Yep.
Anyway, you have been known to be a house servant. You are the basic fetch this, fetch that, make sure the bath is hot sort of housemaid.
Hmm.
Um, within the manor, you are mainly focused within caretaking. Your morning duties consist of, slippers and tea and crumpets and the whatnot and the fancy things,
Yeah.
making sure the doilies are just right. This morning, you're getting everything prepared, and you notice that some of the other Underdark creatures are kind of getting more slack onto them as this large, cladded drow is starting to really lay into them. He has the hilt of his sword in his hand. The sword is still in the sheath, but you see he's kind of like hitting them with the back of it.
Hmm.
And you know the feeling of these. These are not normal swords. The hilts are specifically designed to distribute a drow poison upon hitting. And so
Oh,
there's a lot of machinery and contraption around this hilt. And as he goes and smacks it, you know all the little ins and ends because you felt this, of course, at one point.
okay. Yeah.
He yeah, gives him a little smack and yells at him some more. He is speaking Sylvan. You know Sylvan? Oh, no,
Uh,
sorry, not Sylvan, not Sylvan. Elven.
let's see. Double check
Do you
my
know
speak.
Elven?
I don't
At
believe I
the
do. I
what
want
you
to double
have
check.
now, what you have right now, tell me, because this is technically
Common,
your
common
backstory.
and draconic. That's it.
Okay. Uh, this is oh, is that a nag?
As a deal. Yeah, we're doing
Oh
prologue
dear.
shit for his campaign.
No, yeah, it's not your time yet.
My
It's not your
bad.
time yet.
I'm going. I'm going.
Oh, you can come back later when we're done.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll talk soon. Actually, hey, come back when you're done. Hold on. Anyway, so smacks him in the back. Please go ahead and roll me a history check.
Okay.
What current stats are fine.
Okay.
This will constitute your background bonuses because I know you didn't put background in yet.
No, I have not. Because we
Yeah,
didn't know what we were doing yet. So,
exactly.
this is right.
This is
History
where it kicks in.
check. That's a 19 total.
19. Uh, you over the years you've been here quite some time, almost when you were a little wormling. Uh, you have come to learn Elven in your time.
Okay.
Please add Elven to your languages.
I would do proficiency language.
Elven is the purest, most fluent, uh, beautiful sounding language that has crossed most mortal ears.
I said it'd
Somehow
be
the
Elvish
Drow
and D&D
managed
Beyond.
Elvish, yeah,
Okay.
because Sylvan and Elvish, that's the thing I'm trying to differentiate.
Okay.
But the Drow somehow have managed to take Elvish and run it into the ground with somehow how they speak. It is still the same words. It's almost just a different dialect. Uh, as he slams into it, translated, "You fool! Why would you add raisins to this? You know the high priestess doesn't like raisins." Uh, smacks
Okay.
him in the back. Hmm?
I said okay.
Right. I'm just
Yeah,
filling out the day.
it's working.
I'm filling out the day.
I'm loving this.
Um, stop me if you don't.
No, it's good.
I'll
Yeah,
feel
it's
weird.
good. Keep
Anyway,
going.
sorry. Fuck. Anyway, smacks him in the back of the head. Um, what are you doing? It is the beginning of the day. There are a few small things that you have ready, but it isn't about time for you to get it going. You've been here quite some time already.
I'd probably, it's knowing it's not quite time to start what I need to yet. I'd probably run around and see if any of the other kobolds need assistance with something, and then go from there until it's time to start what I need to for the day.
Okay. Already. You notice that many different stations are getting things going. The as I roll here, hold on. No, no, they're doing good. You're watching the oven crew getting out everything just right, and the steam comes off of the buns, nice golden brown. The rolling team is starting to get a rhythm going, and you even see one duck under a kobold that swings around just right. So
Okay.
just narrowly missing something. You do see, however, that the uh, lunch crew, they're starting to prepare everything as the morning brunch is starting to slow down more. But they're having a bit of trouble getting more of the exotic meals ready. They have this large piece of meat slabbed up on the table, and there is a single kobold standing on it,
Okay.
looking down, speaking in Undercommon. "Ah, do that, that's a flick," and then, translated, I'm telling you, the season needs to be put on first before you put it on. And the other kobolds underneath him all arguing, well, the meat's already on, so we might as well season it now. No, it's too late. Push it off. We'll season it and then push it back on. They're going back and forth arguing that. Other stations, you have a cleanup crew. They're going across, sweeping. The guard is now focused on the large kobold who is arguing.
Okay. Um,
Yes, I'm sorry.
no, you're good.
No, I, I thought you said something.
No, you keep going.
No,
I'm just taking this all like
uh,
I'm kind of chuckling. It's pretty funny shit. The kobolds are funny as hell.
kobolds are just trying to get the job
They're,
done, man.
they're chaotic, but also productive.
That is from your kin that you know of. They tend to argue betwixt each other about how best to do a job, and no way is right.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Theo still fucking lingering in here? No.
I'm probably just making
Hey,
sure no
no,
one like really
I
does.
was gonna say, please. Anyway.
Yeah, like if everyone seems to be fine, I'll probably just head off and just get ready to finish what I need to before I start.
Alrighty. Just head off.
Well, I mean, I'd get ready to start what I need to for
Okay,
the
okay,
day. Like
sorry.
just like prepare and like get ready
My
for
bad.
time.
Right.
Not like just take
Uh,
off like Miles.
yeah, no, they're like, fuck it, I'm off.
Deuces.
Uh, so the best way to do that, really, and it's never uncommon for you. You tend to get things done a little bit faster. You pick up everything, and there is a little stool outside of the high priestess's door,
Mhm.
and you simply set it there, and then you run off and uh, go your own way. The only question I have is, would you like to go back the way towards the kitchen, and then down that, or take from the priestesses onward? Because it's a very
Um,
just
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just you
Oh,
cover.
okay.
Go ahead.
Um, I would probably go back towards the kitchen to, stick with the brethren to see if they need help again, or
Yeah.
if they're still arguing about that fucking meat, I'm gonna step in.
Yeah. All right. So you set everything down on the stool, little napkins and everything all neatly done, so you're ready, and then you start running. Not running, but you head back down to the kitchen, and it looks like they finally decided. You see, there are 3 kobolds holding up this large hunk of meat. They can't how to describe it is out of kobolds. This is a 5 kobold piece of meat.
Oh
3 of
god.
them are holding them up, and the one on top is starting to season it really quickly, and you see one more is going back down the other line.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be holding up pretty well. Some of them are shaking and starting to waver. As this kobold starts just cranking away at the seasoning board, one of them pushes a stick of butter down, right?
Mm-hmm.
As for like lube, and it slides under the foot of one of the ones that are seasoning. He does a flip, lands on the butter all over his back. He rolls over. It's just nothing but seasoning and
Oh
liquefied.
fuck.
Yeah, extra flavor. He starts cranking away. They then begin to just take the back of the butter and scoop it down onto the board.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, the guard does see that. He slams his blade directly on the board. You think that's good enough for the high priestess? It slides it under one of their feet, and they face plant.
Oh.
And, little creature does that
Mm-hmm.
whole thing. What? I gotta do real quick roll. Hold on. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This
Uh-oh.
started to become the jailer all over again. So,
What?
please roll me. It's fitting. Please roll another history check
Okay.
to have for prior knowledge.
That's a 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. However you label yourself within this drow mansion and this servitude, it was unbeknownst to you that the kobolds were going to start a revolt.
Okay.
They've been planning this for quite some time. You heard something about it being tomorrow.
Okay.
Because you heard that today, right?
All right.
So you have now 3 kobolds looking back at each other at one end of the room, the guard and the stack of kobolds and the meat on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 are still holding on to the giant piece of meat, mind you.
Right.
And then you see 3 kobolds each pick up 1 dagger each,
Oh,
but one
shit.
of them also takes like what is it? The tenderizer,
Okay.
the mallet,
All right.
the dual wielding. You're watching this. The guard has no idea.
Oh shit. Okay.
Absolutely no clue.
Guess it
Is
started early.
It started early. What is it? Do you have an action immediately?
I'm just gonna kind of watch. I'm gonna
Okay.
watch and wait and see if things start to go bad.
Well, as you're watching, a minute goes by, you see a kobold on the cutting board, sees these 3 start sneaking up. He looks at the guard real quick and takes the pepper grinder in his hand, smacks him across the face. And that's when the attack starts.
Oh god.
I rolled for attack. You got a nat 20.
Damn.
This fucking kobold smacks him in the head so hard. You watch the. Oh wait, no, I need to roll severity to see how bad. Yeah, no, this helmet goes spinning.
Oh shit.
It is now like half on his head. From your angle, you see his ear and like a good portion of his neck.
Okay.
And the 3 kobolds go fucking in for him.
All right.
First one. He has pack tactics. That doesn't fucking help.
Oh.
So the first kobold runs in simple knife and he starts trying to chink away at the main pauldron or pauldron, the shoulder
Mm-hmm.
of the armor.
Yeah.
It doesn't do much. Oh, the next one, comes in and finds the clavicle
Uh-huh.
and that opening between the armor and drives the knife into it. The drow guard begins just hollering. The third with mallet pack tactics. The mallet hits the main chest piece,
Uh-huh.
and as he goes and tries for a knife, oh come on, oh, the knife ends up hitting the chest piece, right, and
Uh-huh.
it's actually stuck.
Oh. He wedged it.
The knife is stuck, and as he pulls out, it snaps.
Okay.
There are lots of other kobolds. I now need to see what they're doing. Total 1, 2, 3, 4 attacking. Then there is 3 on the table. 2, 3. All kind of like staring. Oh, wait, no. 2. There were 3 on the table. 1 on the table is still attacking him.
Okay.
2 of them are just kind of staring at him like, dude,
They're just
what are you
watching,
doing?
like.
Yeah, no, they're both holding their little pepper grinders. One of them just smeared in butter, holding the holding the other one is just looking at him like, dude, wasn't time yet. The 3 holding the meat are still like trying, but at this point, one of them heaves his corner on top of it and looks over and realizes they're attacking the guard, so he joins in. He. Let me. Okay, yeah. He manages actually.
Yeah, she does
he,
something.
he realizes that the helmet is turned, and so he uses that to bite his neck.
Oh, shit.
Hey, he ain't fucking around. It's not too bad. The guard is still alive and up. Do you have an action? Or are you participating in combat?
So how many? So there's the guard, and then how many kobolds are fighting right now?
How many kobolds are fighting? Counting
There's
5. 5
five.
kobolds are fighting him.
5 are fighting. How many are standing on the side?
There are 4.
4.
All just kind of looking, just being like, "Is this?" Both like double checking with each other. One of them scratching their head. Can you roll me perception real quick while you
Sure
still decide?
thing. Um. So it says I have disadvantage. Do I? I believe it's because it's of like sunlight. Do I still roll a disadvantage?
No. This
Okay.
has hearing enabled, so you'll just roll with your normal.
Just normal. Okay.
And plus, this is underground, so none of your perception checks
All right.
sight
Disadvantage.
based for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
At this moment,
19 total. I'm rolling pretty
19.
good. I'm rolling pretty fucking
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that
It was a
nat one
die
though.
campaign then.
Waiting for that nat one.
So 19, you're able to see that none of the guard, where they're stationed. There's one leading towards the high priestess, and then there are 2 down the corridor down the other way for checkpoint reasons. But no one's coming. No one hears him.
All
Empty
right.
hallways.
All right. Yeah.
Crowd guard.
Okay. I guess
Ah,
I'll run up to the fort that I kind of just stay there and be like, "Fucking help! It's go time!"
you're running up to the guards? Oh no, you're running
No,
no
to
the kobold.
the
Sorry.
4 kobolds that are standing there.
Yes.
Hey now,
Uh,
it's go time. Let's go. Come on.
Sweet. Chat and them. Could you roll me persuasion unless you're going to physically attack him?
I will if I can get them to start helping. If I
So
can't, I'm
persuasion.
gonna try to leave.
Yep. Persuasion roll.
That's where the kicker was. 4 total.
Oh, 4.
There's the bad rolls. Here they come.
3 and 4. Uh, the 2 finally throw the meat onto the table, causing two on the table to sit on the meat. And they've just both kind of look at you, and while that's going on, oh, oh god, that's actually, yes, okay. Oh, oh. So you watch as the two kobolds, or the four, looking at you, going, "It's not game time yet. We don't. I'm not butchering this. I'm not butchering this plan." And as he's saying that, three of them, while attacking, hear that and go, "It's not.
It's not
It's
time?
it's not rebellion time." And the other two that are attacking him just lay into him. The guy with the meat masher gets him square in the helmet, not where the ear is, but on the other end, so it's protected, but it's still, you can tell it hurt.
Yeah.
And the one that was biting at his neck decides just to claw at his legs while he was still writhing at the neck. Oh wait, no, that's it. And then his turn. This poor guard.
She's getting
He doesn't know.
slaughtered.
He can't see, and so he tries just a wild swing. He ends up hitting his own hand against the table behind him.
Oh shit. He pulled a
Not hit
D.
anything
He
except
pulled a
himself.
Dio.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
With his movement, he adjusts his helmet and starts like fighting off against the kobold some more, and tries to yell again.
Okay.
He's looking battered, but he's not looking beat.
Okay. So I guess I should have asked this. What I would know this probably. Are the kobolds all here in the kitchen? Is this it, or are there more?
Oh, there are lots more prowling around the mansion. This place spans about that whole mountain underground.
Okay, so like if just hypothetically speaking, if these ones were to die, would or something would have happened, it probably
It
would
would
be okay.
it wouldn't it wouldn't change too much of the outcome,
Okay.
but these, from your understanding, if you're looking not to get thrown into the slave
No, I'm
plantations,
not.
you would know that the one standing there, knowing and hearing the yell, and listening again, you do hear a bit more rampant running towards
Okay.
your location.
Yeah.
You understand that the one standing still, they're going to get reprimanded, but that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of back off and not do anything. Just kind of be like, I didn't do anything.
Business as usual. Business as usual.
Yeah, just doing my shit in the corner, making food, not paying attention to the noise behind me.
You begin walking away, and three guards float into the room and see all the kobolds. What are you doing? Stop this! Uh, oh, one of them grabs the kobold by the neck and throws it onto the table,
Oh
kind
god.
of just holding it down. The other two about do the same with their spears, just start holding them down.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as you walk away,
Just walking away.
walk away. They were too busy with yelling. Basically, what happened was you were standing in there. You walked. Which direction did you go? Further down towards the two, or up towards the priestess?
Probably towards the priestess to see if anything was needed.
Okay. You walk towards the priestess. The one guard in between the hallway shoots past you, turns in, doesn't pay you any mind.
I'm indetectable. I'm sneaky. Plain sight.
Hiding in plain sight.
In plain sight, yeah.
Alrighty, so walking back towards Priestess.
Mhm.
You do roughly know around now this is when she wakes up.
Okay,
If she's not awake now already.
all right.
But it give or take a few hours.
Yeah,
Depends on she's
depends on the mood.
God. So context, this is the youngest priestess. This is the up and coming.
Mhm.
Basically, you were just the servant to her.
Okay,
Yeah. So she's still got some young liberties, sleeping in and all this other stuff.
right. Not quite needed for duties yet.
Yes.
In training.
What would you like to do?
Probably I would. Obviously, I'd knock furniture. And if she allows me to, I'd say just ask her if she needs anything right away. Just kind of business as usual, not trying to be acquainted to what's happening in the kitchen.
just not alluding to that at all.
Nope.
So you pop in and you do see this drow, slender, uh, youngish looking woman upright in the bed. And she notices you pop in, nods. Oh, Dell, please come in. I don't mind.
And I will enter.
And she points out towards the window.
Mhm.
And instead of a sprawling mystical field or sunlight, it is instead the Underdark. And what you see is multiple bioluminescent fungi parade the ceilings
Mhm.
in this deep skyish blue.
So like the mushroom caves in Terraria, kind
Yeah,
of. Okay.
yeah. So uh, mushrooms on the top, and then below it is a river that leads down into a larger cave system.
Okay.
On either end of it, there are cave entrances, and
Eh,
lights blaze from those either exits.
Okay.
A few guardsmen can be seen. Now, have you ever been up to the fields?
Can't say I have, ma'am.
You have. Tell me what what
No,
is
I said I
grass?
can't say I
Oh,
have.
oh,
Sorry.
oh!
It's probably
Damn you and your
the southern.
damn you and your Texan accent. All right. No, I suspected not. I don't know how long you've been in servitude with my family, but oh, I wish I could go up and see the fields. I wonder how the grass smells in the morning light and how the rain feels without needing to hide my face and deal with everyone else, all the other people up there who don't agree with how the drow do things. Del, you've been kind. I must say that.
Thank
You're
you,
very
ma'am.
kind.
I try to be.
I I must ask you, could you possibly? No, no, it's too much. Too
Whatever you
much.
need, you can ask me.
No, no, Del. Hmm. I was just gonna say if you knew out of the caves and the systems, if you could take me to the fields and possibly see the morning. But no, No, it isn't. It isn't a place for a drow to leave the Underdark. It's been rumored that if a drow were to leave the Underdark, most of our magic would be sapped from us. And I don't know. She stares back out into the cave system. I don't know about that, but I'd sure like to see if it was true.
If I may ask, what's stopping you from trying?
Well, of course, everyone else. I'm the next high priestess. I am the one to inherit the matron mother's grace and Loaf's power. If I am not to do it, then truly Loaf's being would die.
So what's stopping you from trying once you do become the next high priestess?
I suppose you're right. That's an idea. Dell, that's why I enjoy your company. You always think of a longer term plan. You're not afraid to come up with other ideas, and frankly, I'm happy that you've come to speak your mind here for some time. Unlike the other little miscreants around. For some reason, you make them seem like less, and yet they are the same as you.
Well, thank you, man, for that kind. Holy fuck, my brain just shut off. Compliment. That's the word. I was like, what's the word for nice thing? Compliment. There you go.
Of course, Dell. Of course. And you see her reach underneath her pillow. Dell, come closer. Come towards the bed.
And I'll walk up towards where she needs me to.
Uh, your hand, darling. I need your hand.
All right. I'll hold out my hand.
In your little scaly hands, she drops a key. This key is very long and slender, and at the non-key end, the knot, if you will, it is shaped like a large spider in multiple web-like forms. So the webbing creates the spider. That's a better way to put it.
Okay.
Um, and he cups it around your little hand and says, "Dal, your brain is much too bright for anything else here. You need to leave. I hear Waterdeep's going to go very big these times of years. But that is up for you to decide. And I trust that you managed to leave here without any trouble."
How would I get out?
If you head down the hall, past the Godson checkpoint, it will lead you into the main cave. This key will activate the lift just on the southern end. Now, when you leave here, go about your duties. Let no one see you, but as you're leaving for your little hovel hole, don't go to your hovel hole. I'll make sure that you're properly distracted, my dear.
Uh,
She continues to just stare out the window.
uh, thank you for this, man. It's it'll I won't forget it.
Did you did you say fucking master?
No, I said I thank you,
I
man. I was trying to find the right way to say it, but in
right.
character.
I don't know why, but with how the internet broke, it sounded like you whispered master. Thank you, master. Of course, Dell. Don't waste that intellect of yours. You will do great things. She waves you goodbye and continues to stare out the window. Um, from that point, Will you heed her advice? Or would you save it for?
Oh yeah,
Apparently, okay.
oh yeah. This is what he's been wanting. He's wanted a way out. He's basically been handed on a silver platter. He's gonna do
Oh
what
yeah,
he's told.
you've been treated like shit for most of your time here. I don't see why not. We will. Yes. No, no, it's much too early. I'll leave skills challenges for when I'm much more fucking prepared. Um, uh, please just roll me a quick few stealth checks, one or two.
Okay.
Depending on your first one, we'll see how many there are.
First one's of 14.
14.
Want me to keep
Proceeding down
going?
the hall. Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
Proceeding down the hall, you look to your left back into the kitchen. Most of the kobolds are being tied up in a single rope, kind of all together. And the other four are just kind of looking. They're getting some slaps across the face and bops on the nose like you would with a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
No. Perfect.
Uh-oh.
One kobold in that wrapped up group sees you
Mm-hmm.
and just eyeballs you sneaking past. He's just looking at you, not saying a thing, just very like, take me with you kind of look.
Pick up me with you.
Go ahead and roll again.
Okay. Natural 20 for a
Natural
total
20.
of 23.
As you make it past the little checkpoint, you open it. That's usually where you would go to lead down further into the inner workings of Darkhold Manor. And you look to your right, is a very long, dark cavern, uh, not lit at all. And as you start entering down, you do see flickers of, not flickers. Sorry, these are drow I'm talking about. They don't use
We
torches.
don't need that.
They don't need no light. God damn it, Arthur. Uh, you hear murmurs coming from the other end of the tunnel, and so you manage to just barely find a little dig out into your cave, and they walk past. You just pop your head out, come back, and you notice that this cavern has been the exit the whole time. They've been basically teasing you with it every time you've entered the higher portions.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Big. This contraption is far beyond your comprehension at the moment, but as you look up, it ascends into darkness, and you see large rope leading down onto a platform, and a very simple pulley system esque elevator with a key turn for the elevator. As you turn the key and start raising up into the system, suddenly you're able to hear rushing winds, much like you would hear deep inside of the Underdark itself. But at this, a much more intense volume. And as you begin to ascend, you reach a cliff face, clouds shuttered over. You're in the middle of an intense storm in the center of the Sunset Mountains and the Stormhorn Mountains. As time pass and uh, as you've grown, making your way up towards Waterdeep, I will let you choose your next proficiencies.
Okay, so like stuff I've
Uh,
picked up along the way.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You can choose two two proficiencies out of the list, whichever ones you prefer.
Okay. Like for like skills or weapons, tools or what?
Uh, pr- your proficiency skills. Your weapons would more so come from you having. So
Working
we'll
with
get
them
into
later.
that.
Okay. Okay. So
We'll
like
get into that.
proficiency in skills then. Just pick 2
Yes.
skills? Okay.
Yes, 2 skills. Sorry.
I know what I'm going to immediately do. Oh, where is it? There it is. We're gonna.
And we will begin on you entering the town of Waterdeep. Ironically, at the same day of the arrival of Everon. Neverwinter. So, Waterdeep. Are you good? You
Yeah,
got your
I'm
skills?
good.
Okay. So, Waterdeep is a flourishing town. It is one of the main stops on your way up the Sword Coast, and by far is one of the more regal looking areas. It has about 4 different districts. You have the Tower District, the Blue Lake District, Protectors Enclave, and then General Populace. You arrived the same day as the airships, and as you were making your way from Dragonford up towards Waterdeep, you see it just cusping on top of the seabed. This large airship that propels itself over Waterdeep. You begin to enter the town itself. Its main southern is that southern entrance? Yes.
Yeah, because we were coming from the bottom of the continent, basically. And,
Well, I was looking at something else. So
oh,
you
okay.
enter into the town market and general populace area of the town, and it is completely surrounding the other 3 districts of the northwest, the north, and to your west. Uh, 3/4 of the town surrounded by this airship, and this is not a small town. It houses about 1,000, 2,000 some odd people.
Okay.
That you've just entered town. This large airship has entered. Almost everyone is in the streets staring up at this thing, wondering what's happening. Some priests and other magical influenced people start beginning to incant spells, whereas others begin grabbing swords and weaponry in order to defend themselves. Quite a few of them have muzzle loaders and very basic forms of firearms. What are you doing?
Say probably the first thing Dell's gonna do is try to find fucking food.
I'll go ahead and roll me survival or perception. With the airship, let me see. Oh, uh,
See, now
it is
I
a
would be at disadvantage, right? Because we're
it
out
is
in.
a it is a sunny day, but the airship blocks the view of the sun, so
Okay.
there is no disadvantage.
Okay. And the only reason why I was asking because they're both a +3, but perception is at disadvantage, survival isn't. So that's why I
Yeah,
was making sure. We'll
yeah,
do survival. 5 total.
5. Within the market, you do see bunches of people dropping their bad goods in their baskets. Plenty of fruit hits the floors itself that you can hear and see as everyone stares up at this airship. And you do see from the center of it, it does open in a very mechanical way, sort of trap doors open, as then a small platform begins to descend. You've managed to find yourself a day's worth of food just scrounging around on the floor. No one seems to mind the kobold that picks up everything.
Okay.
At this moment, there is indeed, very large crowds starting to make their way towards where the platform is. It goes up through the general populace into the Protector's Enclave, which is more of the guardsman housing and everything else,
Mhm.
and where a lot of the tavernries and what's the word? Tavernries and inns are.
Okay.
It mainly cusps over the Castle Never. Oh wait, nope, sorry. How is that Neverwinter? No, I don't need Neverwinter. There it is. It is over the castle ward itself.
Okay.
So, Castle Waterdeep, large, pearl blue, castle, and it is perched directly under there, going down.
Okay. I'd probably, after finding food to sustain myself, probably make my way towards where everyone else is, being
Okay.
curious about the outside world.
I don't know how I fucked that up, but I'll have to rectify that at some point.
Uh.
Those are not the towns. Anyway,
It doesn't matter.
those are not the districts.
This is the trial run. You can
Prologue.
fix it later. We can say in a couple years' time they got renamed.
3 weeks of free D&D. So, as the platform descends, it looks like it reaches the main top tower of the castle ward.
Mm-hmm.
And soon, everyone starts to surround the main castle Waterdeep. Every citizen, almost every child dragged by their parents, anyone who possibly is anyone is in this location. And from the main speaking structure of the castle, the main lord. Oh, where are you? Nope, that's not his name. Where the fuck? Do you know? There it is. Lord Warrens announces that there is no harm to be done. They are here within good fortune for Faerun itself, and hopefully the Lord's Alliance. The large cheer goes out as this gnomish, very clearly a gnomish man, starts to walk up. Bit older in years, but still very decently young. And he looks between the barriers
Mm-hmm.
of the stand, right? And then he
Okay.
levitates himself up over it so he doesn't look like a fool and so short.
They got a
Gay
Napoleon complex.
Gay du de français. Oh, checks out. So anyway. He here is here to help expand Faerun's knowledge within the lands and help lead us into a new era. And Waterdeep will be one of the first to do so. Large cheer goes out. And everyone starts celebrating. Some people do look a little confused, like, what the fuck? Man is here.
Fuck are you on?
You hear this next to you. Man is here with a warship above our heads and says he's here for peace. It's bullshit.
That bullshit.
There's a lot of differentiating opinions about it. But nevertheless, soon as the warships arrived, the warships then leave.
Okay.
And life continues on as you think in Waterdeep, though you just arriving there.
Mm-hmm.
You do find a few odd jobs, cleaning just floors and other sort of menial work until finally, when you are working within an that sounds dumb. Working within an inn. Working within an inn.
Working at an inn.
Working within an inn.
Okay.
Within an inn.
Infinity.
While working at an inn, you do see the familiar stout rock gnome wander in. Gaydu walks up, orders a few pints, and appears to just sitting there. And he has something in his hands and starts tinkering with it. He's been here for about 2 hours now. Hasn't really said much to anyone else, but he's still just tinkering with these tools.
So let me ask, am I sorry, am I working the counter? Am I cleaning? What am I?
What would you like to cook? Counter, cleaning?
So I'd probably be working the counter to be easiest way to talk to him about what he's doing.
You could just
Listen.
you could say you're cleaning and see it and walk up, but if you would
Okay.
like to work the counter.
Oh, it'd probably be weird for a kobold to be running around a bar counter. So yeah, I guess I'd be cleaning then.
Okay. You're cleaning away, and you start at the top of the stairs, go down. You see him tinkering away at this machine, and you wander over. He doesn't pay you any mind at first. He has a Phillips screwdriver jammed into one side of this box, and he is persistently turning it within one direction. And each turn, you hear kind of like a cranking. And your mind, within your own mind's eye, you can almost see the parts and what sounds they make. You've always had this knack for engineering, almost seeing what sounds are making and how things will work together, flavoring your artificery. And gives it 2 good cranks in one direction, and he sets it on the table, crosses his arms, and taps his left arm very patiently, looking at it, just watching. Well, we just now realized I have not had music this entire time.
It's like very quiet.
Very quiet again. Use that.
I love how your name is Frog God on the owl there.
Yes, of course.
Frog God.
Frog God. Anyway, yes.
God.
But after about a minute or two, nothing happens. He's just looking at this, and he's beginning to get more frustrated. And he now, instead of after another minute of watching this box do nothing, you now have seemed to guess that this gnome is now in just deep contemplation about what possibly is wrong.
I don't hear any music playing still.
I know, I haven't picked any.
Oh, okay. I was like, did he pick something? You just fuck it up or what?
Yes. Probably hear that in a sec, but I don't want to play that.
Make sure it's not copyright.
Right. Oh, that shouldn't be there. That was weird.
That shouldn't be there.
Should be good.
There we go.
No, not you. That's for later.
It's for later.
Battle, no. No. Fuck. God damn it! Right, we'll trust you. No, that's not the ambiance. Fuck! Ah, there. Fuck. There we go.
There we go. That works.
Fucking hell. Loud enough.
Oh yeah, and I can adjust the volume on Albert too. That's perfect.
Good. So yes. Gnome. Contemplating. Very frustrated. You almost see his gray face start to turn red with frustration. Then he begins to notice you, and as he begins to notice you, he gets a little bit more frustrated. What? Why do you stare?
I'm just interested in your little device there.
Ah. Little crevasse does nothing. I tune it, it does nothing.
But what's it supposed to do?
Ah. Play the song from Homeland. Here. You're supposed to go do 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 do. Just using the song in the background right now.
Okay.
But I'm lazy. Anyway.
It's fine. You're good. You're
Hey,
good.
shut up. Shut up. In scene.
Yeah.
So, yes, this. He begins to play the tune that you hear currently. But no! No matter how many times I crank, it does not properly come out. And he then yoinks it from the table, and instead of sticking the screwdriver back in, he places it on the top and then begins to pry it open. And it pries so easily, and then it slides across. And then you can see on the inside just little strumlets. They're kind of like a mini violin, but instead this one piece of pick goes from the top of it and picks what you need.
Mm-hmm.
A little crank controls everything at the bottom. And it's wonderful that nothing in Faerun that you have seen has been even close to the amount of genius that has been brought about in this thing. This damn thing always ends up out of tune or however else it may be. In reality, it helps me think, and he plops it back on the table rather hard. More frustrated. This isn't my real problem, but it helps me think.
But would you mind me letting him look at it for a sec?
Yeah. As long as you do not take it from me when I leave.
No, sir. I'll stay right here.
So he downs another pint, and then he starts rambling as you're looking at it. Please roll me an intelligence check with your proficiency, as if you were rolling something you were proficient in for your just tools and skills in artificery.
So you're gonna have to bear with me. So I'm just rolling intelligence
plus 3.
check. Intelligence plus 3. Okay.
Yeah, intelligence plus 3.
16 total.
16. This contraption is a lot more simple than you expected first looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Screwdriver goes in, cranks the thing, and that crank will systematically move it per key that it's supposed to be in. It also controls like what tune with little clamps at the bottom.
Okay.
And you begin to notice that one of the little clamps is actually interrupting the crank system. Somehow along the way, it ended up becoming loose and slid down into the main system.
Okay.
As you're noticing this, the gnome rambles on. They expect me to take foreign magic from across land and turn it into material. How do you make magic into brick? That is question they ask De Francis. And I tell them, you can't. You cannot make a magic into a material. It is impossible. But no, they insist. De Francis, you do everything correctly. Look at what you've done with the Warforge. Look at what you're doing with the automaton. No, I tell you, no, you cannot do it. Your magic here is unbeknownst anything that I have seen. You cannot possibly turn it into a purified form that we could grasp. Oh, he's a little drunk at this moment.
He's had a good amount so far. Probably I've probably seen him take. Maybe that's his fourth one. We'd say probably from the time he's been in here fidgeting with shit.
Eating nothing at the table, definitely. Yeah.
Probably continue to fidget with it to get it to work. Moving that slide and
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another check.
okay. We'll roll. Fuck it. We'll roll the Vecna die. Yeah, 10 total.
Ooh. You manage to wiggle it slightly. It does budge, but it's not quite where the other one is, and you assume they would go in the same spot.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll one more time.
Okay. There it is. There's the first one. The first net one.
Oh.
I guess I won't. I was gonna say before I were to try to mess with me, I would point out to him, like, say this little pin in here is not in the right spot.
And as you say, the little pin's on the right spot. As you got it to fidget a little bit, and you're like, I could probably get it out there just a little bit more. It comes, you pry it up, and the strings become loose.
Ow.
And so now, as the reel begins to turn and crank, that wire comes loose out as well.
Shit.
And the gnome notices it, goes wide-eyed, and then lunges forward trying to... No! How dare you! You touched my great-granddaughter's present! Oh, and he starts growling, looking at you. You pay me. You pay me. Not in coin. Pay me in time. Come. I need new assistance. He gets up and expects you to immediately...
I will follow him because I ain't got no coin to pay with anyway, so...
It is a very rough way of doing it, but either way, you now have your artificery master.
Yay!
And over within the years, at one point, he did send you away for you serving your time after breaking his granddaughter's music box. He ends up finding you again, and then he brings you back, and then has another apprentice.
Okay.
Go out. He remarks to you and tells you why, as time goes on. Yeah, it is because you... Well, it was simple with you. I told you what it was, you looked at it, and there it was. The machine was done. And in fact, you gave... goes on about how you had a larger impact in your influence than before. Later showing you schematics for his most troublesome experiment and something he would like you to help with and having your expertise.
Okay.
Not expertise, but having your...
assistance.
Assistance. I've finally done it, Dell. That damn project the Arcane Brotherhood kept requesting for. The liquidized version of magic.
What do you
Magic.
What do you mean liquidized
go,
magic?
It will be tough, but I assume being able to siphon it into a crystal and then squeezing the magic from it, we can get a concentrated form of magic. And I believe this is what will answer their questions. And we might be able to find a little bit more about where these powers come from. It will take time to create everything. But in due time, we will certainly become great, Dell.
When do we start, Lane?
Why, my boy, start immediately. And This would be your most current work for possibly 5 years.
Holy
Just
shit.
trying to compress magic and turn it into a solidized form.
Mhm.
As you would go about this, eventually you would reach an end to it. And your master, De Francis, would eventually be welcomed, and the man that would. Oh, that's something. Oh, that works. Yeah, that works.
Sound
He
of
would eventually
progress.
lead the a new guild within Faerun.
Mhm.
A lot of Faerun is powered by just pure guild and the collection of people that are willing to band together.
Uh-huh.
He created an artificery guild, which would later expand on the ideas that he has come upon, and that would also fix the issues that he would have being controlled under the Arcane Brotherhood, which would be something he would constantly gripe about. So, eventually, he gives you a task. Dell, I believe this time that you make something. And for your first true test to be an artificer, I test you to create and expand upon my creation. And he drops in front of you not even blueprints, these are gray prints. These are very old sketches, some of them only no bigger than your palm, of an automaton, a warforged. This one has a very burly, billboard-sized forehead, thick arms, and a torso. Legs don't really match up the same, but it's still, looking at the measurements and everything, it still holds up. It was
Mhm.
more so, you could see the application.
Okay.
Now, we're holding the first conference of artificers, and I would hope that you would just make me proud and accept my challenge.
Said challenge accepted.
And from that point on, you would later come to forge Nags himself after
Nah,
try to
whatever he names it. He names it. He names himself.
Yep.
I still trying to think about my other one. Still, I don't have a name yet.
But Nags and his body is formed, and you begin to inject the magic into his being. And he slowly begins to take his first breaths. You're making sure his monitoring his lifelines is going well, and slowly he forms. Can't say much after that because Nags is not here.
Yep. I've messaged him. He ain't around. Fuck.
Oh well.
Watch us get done with this, and he's like, "Oh, I'm here now."
Hello.
Hello, I am arrived.
Oh, that's fine. We'll have to continue this at some point.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you, Bender.
Of course.
Thank you for indulging me.
This is the end of, I guess, episode 1.
This is
Prologue, episode 1.
End of part 1 prologue.
Yep.
Dell, prologue 1.
That's probably all. Do you have an official title for your campaign?
Expanse of Faerun.
Expanse of Faerun, Prologue, episode 1, and then I'll put my character's name.
Yep.
And then I'll just do that for all the prologues. There we go.
That works.
All right then.
Beautiful.
That was cool.
Good. I was definitely like a little bit nervous and in my own head about it, but good.
Nah, you did fucking fine.
Perfect.
You did perfectly.
Good. Yeah. And hopefully, as things get going, where I'm gonna add more wacky shit.
Yep.
And most likely in the next one, it's gonna get wacky with you and Nags.
Yep. That'll have to be episode 2 whenever he's around. If he's around tonight, then hopefully we can do that. If not, we can do it next time you yourself are available.
Right. Look into it. We probably move over back into the.
Yep.
The
and I'm going to stop the recording.